What is up, everyone? My name is OJ and welcome to my village of PlayerEssence, where all you P ninjas can come to get the latest Nintendo Switch and gaming news. And today we've got a lot of great stuff to go over. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. So Nintendo Switch previews and everything are going live, and there are a ton of comparisons. Right at this point, I would like to show one comparison to you guys about Nintendo Switch game cases and carts and more, but mainly I want to talk about the game cart sizes because I think this is an awesome evolution of cartridge technology over the years. As you can see in this picture here, we have the NES cart, we have Atari, we have the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy, we have Game Boy Color, we have Game Boy Advance, we have 3DS, DS, and then the Nintendo Switch carts. And look at all this. Look at how small the Nintendo Switch cart is. It is really tiny, yet it packs such a punch when it comes to space. And it's just cool to see this because in a media where you have people literally arguing that it's okay for devices, no matter whether they're physical or digital, to take up hard drive space, it is cool to see one company say, no, a physical game should not take up your hard drive space. That does not make sense if you buy a disc for it to actually take up your hard drive space. So I'm happy there's at least one company that is willing to do that. No knock on the other companies, PS4, Xbox One, those devices are cool for what they do, but it's okay to have something different on the market, and that's what I want to stress to people. It is okay. So yeah, there's a lot of cool comparisons out there. Make sure you check out the description below. There I'll have more pictures and more links just so you can see how the Nintendo Switch game carts size up to other carts in addition to other cases out there on the market, because it is like a PSP case when it comes down to the size when you buy a physical game. You know those physical games that you buy and you actually put them into your system? Yes, those things. Yeah, so really cool. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, moving on to the next story here. We do have a little bit of Nintendo Switch Pro Controller news. So the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller will auto sync to your Nintendo Switch when plugged in via USB. So this is something that I thought was going to be a standard thing. I'm not sure, does that happen with the Wii U Pro Controller? I think so, but I guess it's not, because then this wouldn't be a story if it already happened, and I haven't seen people saying the same thing does happen. And I know that other controllers, if you plug them in, it will automatically sync for the most part if you press the button, but I could be wrong on that. You guys let me know in the comment section below as far as other controllers for other systems, or even like the Wii U. If you plugged it in via cable, did it sync or not? I'm guessing it didn't, since this is actually a story on Go Nintendo and many other places. But yeah, this is definitely good news. We also got some confirmations 100% that yes, the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller does last, I guess, around 40 hours. The European press has already got their press kits, I think, last week or so when it comes to Nintendo Switch, and then the US press pretty much got theirs today. So 40 hours for this baby, way more than other controllers out there on the market. And it's funny because that was actually 50% cut down from the Wii U. The Wii U lasted around 80 hours, and yes guys, it did last around 80 hours. I played Xenoblade Chronicles X on one charge. I think it started blinking towards the very end of my playthrough. So yes, that did last 80 hours. This one is cut in half by 50%, but is still by far the best battery when it comes to playtime out there on all the different devices. So I'm really excited for this controller. I've got mine pre-ordered, and that sync cable, if that's the same one that you get, that sync cable is looking very nice. Reminds me of the sync cable that you get when you buy the Elite controller on the Xbox One. So shout outs to nice cables and awesome controllers. Definitely worth the money in my opinion. There's a lot of cool tech built into this. Remember, this does have accelerometer, gyroscope, NFC technology built in addition to HD rumble support. A lot of cool stuff. No camera, but still a bunch of great things on there. And I guess the one thing to know about this is that you don't have to press the little red button and do the sync up thing. It's just easy if you just plug it in, then all of a sudden it's just synced up. So I'm really looking forward to using the Nintendo Joy-Cons in addition to using the Nintendo Switch Pro controller as well. I think that they're all fantastic controllers and can be used in certain applications to the best of their abilities. Alright, and moving on to the last topic here, we're going to discuss The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because there was a couple different things that I do want to talk about when it comes to this game and when it comes to Amazon. So I've talked about Amazon and the game selling really well on there, and that actually being a big point because Amazon is bigger than like Best Buy, bigger than Macy's, bigger than Target, and many other stores that sell electronics combined. So Amazon is pretty much bigger than all of them. So sales on Amazon go a long way to telling if a game is going to sell good or not. If you see it up there on those sales rankings or those sales charts, you definitely want to take notice because Amazon is a huge entity, a lot more now at this point, even at the beginning of last generation when the Wii U came out and the PS4 and Xbox One. So at this point, it's definitely big. And for some reason, I didn't think this would happen, but we are about a week and some odd days away from launch, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is sold out on Amazon.com. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, yeah, so that's the special editions, those have been sold out. But no, we're talking about the standard edition, and it just says currently unavailable. So what that means usually when it's currently unavailable, that means so many people have been pre-ordering it that they have pretty much ran out at this point and they cannot guarantee stock allocation when you want to put your order in. That is extremely, extremely rare for retail games for a place as big as Amazon. Amazon, one of the biggest distributors out there of goods, and especially video games. With Amazon Prime, their video game sales have shot through the roof. So the fact that we're this close from launch and they're actually saying that it's currently unavailable is very surprising and bodes well for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch, in addition to Nintendo Switch sales, because if this game on Amazon is definitely saying currently unavailable, then you know good and well Amazon is sold through a ton of stock when it comes to the Nintendo Switch consoles, because that is also currently unavailable as well, of course. So it's interesting, it really is, because there was a lot of people out there saying, trust me, I saw it, that The Legend of Zelda on the Wii U would definitely take away a lot of sales from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch. I think the special editions, in addition to the enhancements that you're going to get on the Nintendo Switch, clearly paint a picture that people are either going to upgrade for the Nintendo Switch version or are buying the Nintendo Switch version at this point, in addition to the Wii U version, and once they get a Nintendo Switch, playing that version. So there's definitely people that are double dipping, but it seems like there's a lot of people that are single dipping on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch and just opting for that version over the Wii U version. And I don't know if the Wii U version is going to do very well or not. I'm guessing that it's not, just because these sales and everything that we've seen as far as the rankings from Amazon and things that we've seen as far as what pre-orders are going down at stores like Best Buy, everything that I've heard is that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch is handily outselling the Wii U version of the game, because the Wii U version of the game just hasn't got enough publicity, I think, at this point. The last time we saw that version of the game, there were some frame rate issues in their official footage that they showed off fighting, I guess, against one of the lizard people in there. There were some noticeable stutters. I think that was at the Game Awards 2016. And with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Switch, we've seen all of the previews, frame rate much improved, and GameXplain even did a side-by-side comparison on Jimmy Fallon's footage with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild compared to the same footage that Nintendo showed off, I think, at E3, and it clearly showed that the Breath of the Wild footage ran smoother. So I think people are looking at that, but I think the biggest factor that a lot of people are leaving out, but Nintendo fans know all about this, is the portability aspect. With the Nintendo Switch, you get something to where you can play anywhere, and for many people, that is a big factor why they want the Nintendo Switch version. I think it just is self-explanatory why you would want a version that you can play at home in better quality in addition to playing on the go, and for me, it's like no question, I'd rather have that version of the game. So I'm thinking many other people are thinking the same thing when it comes to that, and that's why the sales are kind of blowing it out, even though the Wii U has a far bigger install base than the Nintendo Switch can even have. So it's really looking like this game is going to clean up on the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be interesting to see how Nintendo replenishes stock with this game, because Zelda is going to be the driving force of the Nintendo Switch for the next half year, in my opinion, in addition to the other games that are coming. But Zelda is the big game. When people get the money, they're going to buy a Switch and buy Zelda in that first half year, in addition to Mario Kart, Splatoon, ARMS, and other games. But Zelda is that one game that everyone has to have, and why there's so much buzz with this system in the first place. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about all these topics here. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.